Hi everyone. This is the second time I recorded this. I don't know what happened at the upload, but it went to hell. So this is going to be much shorter than it was originally. Originally it was almost a half an hour long. Anyway, today is the 8th, and it is payday for me. I have 2 bills due before the next Friday where I will be doing a bill pay with me. As you can see here, I do actually have stuff that's complete. My bank balance before I got paid was $786 right there. I got paid $13.06, which gave me $20.93. I subtracted out $60 for my AT&T bill. I subtracted out the I hate when that happens. Apparently I can't actually point at anything. So $45 for my zero budgeted credit card, which is fine. It was something I needed, so not a huge deal. That takes me to $19.88. The next two you see are my utility bills, which technically is $25 and $110, so $135 out of $150. But because the leftover from that $150 budget goes into a different savings account than the one that is listed in this section, this savings account here, I subtracted out the $150 total, which with the two of those takes me to $18.38. The next thing you see there is my credit card bill, and it's something that we will discuss much more with my next video, because I have to pay that bill that time. As you can tell, my bill's due on the 18th, and the 15th is when I will be paying it. So I do have an actual credit card budget. I went through to see how much I'd actually spent of that budget, and what my unbudgeted expenses for last month were, and we'll go over those. So technically, out of my $811 of budget, I spent $577, difference of $270, which gave me a total bill of $847, so paid that off today. I always pay off my entire credit card bills. I don't do minimum payments. I don't use that as I don't use it as a credit card like so many people do. I'm using it for expenses I know I have the money for. If I don't have the money for it, it doesn't get bought. End of story. The other reason why I have a credit card was for the it's a rewards card. I get points. As you'll see here in a few minutes, I cashed in $50 worth of points not too long ago. So actually a couple days ago, and that money goes straight into my savings account. I went ahead and subtracted out the $68 for my student loan payment because that doesn't change, and my internet payment of $65 doesn't change. But here's where I switched back over to pencil because it might change this $161. I still don't know what my payment is for this month for my insurance. So from there on out, I started writing in pencil because it might change. This $110 for my therapy, I only have one time scheduled for this month, so it'll probably only be $55 instead of the full $110, but that's fine. Whatever's left over at the end of the month, just gets, added back in eventually. Kind of like the difference here. Come on, phone. Hello. It really likes to go out of focus, doesn't it? So it looks like at this point I have $286 I can put into my savings account, and I will probably be doing that here in the next day or so. I went over my, this is my credit card ledger, what's cleared. I don't put things on there as they happened. I do them as they clear. I keep track of what I spend each week. So like this is week 1, week 2, 3, 4, 5. So for week 1, I didn't spend anything as far as like it hitting my credit card. Week 2, I got a little overboard. The first one, third wheel with friend. This was something that had been planned for a while. So I went ahead and went. I spent, you can see I have a column for what I have budgeted. It's food related, so I have $20 that I budget for food related stuff. The next one was for Sushi Eye. Let me get a little closer so you guys can read it better. This was budgeted, but isn't in this month's budget. It was actually a couple months ago. It was a birthday dinner or lunch, whatever, for a friend of mine. Things just hadn't worked out until this past week to get together to go do that. So I budgeted it out a couple months ago. When it hadn't happened, I put it in savings, so it's not a big deal. The money's there. The next one, same day as the third wheel, we had dinner at the window. That was $11. So now I have $2 left in that budget. I then had a hiking get-together at a local park. You guys saw some of those pictures if you checked out the earlier video or Instagram. So I needed to get gas for that. That was $17, so I have $13 out of my $30 left. And then we met up for a lunch previous to the hike. So that was another $11 in food. And that puts me at a -9 for this week. And that's fine. This week that I'm on now, I have nothing planned. So I'm not expecting to spend any money. So it's not a huge deal for me. I know I have technically, $20, $40, $60, $80 for food, for going out to eat and stuff like that. So being a -9 and knowing what I have scheduled for the month is not a problem. This is my custom ink. I belong to a Fanthropy running group. It's a virtual running club. I technically am a Potterhead running club person, but this shirt is for the Hoovian Running Club, which is also part of Random Tuesday Inc. It's a 501c3 charitable group. I loved the shirt and decided, what the heck? So I went ahead and bought one. I haven't bought any clothing for a while. I actually need to go for a major shopping trip, and we'll probably share that with you soon because my jeans are 5 years old, and you can tell. And they've been patched and repatched. So it's time for me to buy some new clothes. I then did food shopping at Walmart and Aldi's. So after going food shopping, I am at, I'm at -8 for the week, and that's not a big deal either. I won't go grocery shopping again until next week. I run a Monday through Sunday schedule for myself. I like to see my weekends all together. So I know that technically I have $200 for food in a month. I just break it down into $50 a week. So being -8 is not a big deal at this point. If I were less budget friendly, it would be a problem. I've been budgeting since I was 18. I have a kid who is older than legal drinking age. So this is something I've done for a very long time, and I'm very good at it. I understand how it works. When I first started, I was an envelope person. That is not what I have to do these days, but I've got 20 plus years worth of experience at this. So I definitely know what I can and can't get away with. Somebody who's just starting out might not and might want to use something like envelopes and cash only and being on top of everything. For me, I can do it once a week. Other people need to do it every day. Some people, and I have friends that have the money and the means to be able to just check in once a month. I will never be that person. So I will show you over here. So since I now know what my final numbers are for my utilities, I had the 110 and the 25. For electric, that put me at a -35. For the gas, that put me at a +50, which means all told I have 15 extra dollars to put into my utilities eventually. Yay! I did mention here that I break stuff down by week, how much I can spend. So this is my weekly stuff. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. So since I didn't spend anything, week 1 got broke down into sections. So let's see if I can get this to focus again. Hello, focus. There we go. So week 1 got split in half with week 5 for January. I try to do a no spend week those weeks. It gives me time to be able to let everything from my credit card clear, let everything from my regular bank account clear, so I can start the month completely ready to go. That's just me personally. No spend also helps you save some money. So I was able to break up these months, which is what that is. So for January in food, for week 5, it got $28. So for this week, it got $22. Because I didn't go and buy any food for week 1, I got to claim the entire $22. Same with gas. Gas, I got the whole 13. Trying to get it to behave itself. There we go. The downside is that for my food budget or my fun entertainment, go out to eat, whatever budget, I had went over in week 5 of January, so I went ahead and brought that over here. So it was -1. I will go in and change this number and this number and this number. And then next week we'll go over week 2. Over here is, you can see where I made my credit card payment, so it's now clear. We talked about a little bit ago how I only have a credit card for the rewards. I never spend those rewards. Those rewards go straight into this savings account. This is my sinking account. In case anything happens, that's where I get the money from. I was able to put $50 worth of credit card rewards in there. This was something I mentioned the first time I had filmed this, that I don't know how much in rewards I've gotten back since I got this credit card. This is my first credit card ever. I got it in 2017, like August, September of 2017. My goal is to never pay them interest. I want them to pay me. So I have not paid a dime in interest. I haven't even paid a penny in interest to this company. And I've been getting rewards since I got the card. So I'm kind of curious to know how much the credit card company has paid me to use their credit card. So maybe I'll take a look and see if I can find that information. Same thing, this was my second credit card. I got that in like August of 2018, simply because I knew I was moving and I had just lost a line of credit because I had finished paying off my car. So I finished paying off my car in March, April of 2018, and decided I should maybe pick up another line of credit. And since I was moving, that would be a good way to put my furniture on, because that was a place that I wanted to get a lot of my furniture stuff from, and the rewards on it are good. But again, don't want to pay for interest on that card. Okay, these are my other savings things. This is my 4 months worth of living expenses, which contains $7,240. I am not touching this. I'm not putting anything in. I'm not putting anything out. It does gain interest, so it might slowly creep up each month as it gets interest on it. It's not much interest, and in fact, I will probably be opening up a higher interest savings with a completely different company. There's several online banks like Ally or Marcus by Goldman Sachs that get like 2.2 to 2.25% interest. That's where my income tax return is going to go when I get it in, just to sit there so I can get a hold of it if I need it. But otherwise, it's just going to make some money. This one is my utilities oh shit fund. Earlier I showed you the $15. I will eventually save that to my utilities in March. This was my January leftovers, which was $26, and I now have $729 in there. Once it hits 1,000, it will no longer be getting that money unless it goes below 1,000. I want to keep it at $1,000. So I'll work with that and see what happens. So anyway, that's the basics. That's my numbers. I have managed, I want to brag on myself, I guess, a little bit. I've managed to do all this since I got divorced not even 2 years ago. So I moved, bought new furniture, got my kids' wisdom teeth removed, car repairs, new tires, new battery, new, just, it's amazing what you can do when you stay on top of this and you don't have somebody else trying to do whatever. Like, when you're focused and you know what you need to make your life wealthy, it becomes a lot easier to save this money and to strive for goals. I have now reached a goal that I wanted before really tackling my student loan debt, which was to have 4 months worth of living expenses because I might not have a job. That's a whole nother story. I also wanted to have $5,000 in this savings account. I have reached those goals, so we will be working on my student loan stuff soon, and we'll be working on my new budget soon. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.